process it in our countries and create jobs for our family and our people, and stop exporting raw materials to Europe in America. And they can't take the loss, and they're stealing half of the minerals and stuff from when it's time to send the money to us after they process it. Then they're stealing up half the money. We had to report it to the ICJ only the other day, so that they'll give us our money back. But they even stealing that all the Western companies, they're all corrupt and they're stealing from countries that are trying to make oil wealth and things like that. In my own country where I'm from, and they're giving them phony contracts, stealing half the people's oil and giving them low profits. Right, the same thing was going on in my African countries, and they recently got rid of Exxon. Here's some of the corrupt oil, steel oil, the company that doing that. The Western European companies and white companies that are Exxon, oil, and this other one, I can't Shell or whatever the name is. I can't remember right now, but they're really not good. They're really not good companies to be doing business with. The whole of Europe itself is very corrupt and they're stealing non-stop. Them and all their people, that's all they know to do. So I'm not saying it's them alone. We actually had some Chinese business things too. I see that they're trying to steal the diamonds and the stuff. Also, the cobalt, the things, right? And then 1, 2, 3 want you to have to sign deals with them, and we stopped doing deals. So they start showing up with Navy ships from NATO off the coast of Africa just now. Only there we blow the ship up. Was it one Africa army? We have submarines. The submarine blew the ship up, and I feel good because I want to know when they was gonna leave. They just started coming, and this wasn't the first ship that showed up. Some other ship was there only before, and they left. I think we blew that too up, right? So and racial dominance. I feel they're better than blacks, and they could come and do whatever they want, but at least we got everything prepared, because imagine they are showing up, the Europeans, and they wanted to steal things from people, like how they stealing blacks and putting them in the Western Peninsula, like I said, the Native Americans' land, and got them living as slave haywire here everywhere, where they don't belong, and with people they don't know it's reading but slave. You understand? So yeah, it was the craziest thing I've ever witnessed and known and seen, something about slave and living in the Western Peninsula. Native Americans, where they had their land, right? Blacks, yeah, in each country, and they harboring the people, and want to do nothing, just all kinds of bad things going on to them, and the people living in poor conditions with slaves living in the mix of them, right? So, yeah, no place to live. How you gonna survive with people that were enslaved 3 centuries and coming out living next to you? The bad man, all the crazy people that shouldn't be here, coming around and causing trouble in the community. So, again, white people and imperialism, right? And slavery and colonization, colonizing people's man and stealing from it and them. And then got you wondering, when you come and realize you're living on them, man, you wonder what's going on. This is the place I should be, It's saying that all kinds of things, bad things, yeah, because you've been colonized. You don't even know nothing about your culture. You can't even find your way home. Trust me. Yes, it is so entwined in all the kind of wicked and evil things. You can't even imagine. Man, to dominate man, to his own injury, like the Bible says. So, you got to be careful. You got to be very careful. And then people stealing and doing anything they can to get where they want and want to be. And you got to really make sure that you ain't getting, moving to America, moving to some of these countries where they're human trafficking people day and night to get what they need. You need to make sure that you know where you're living, if it's safe, all that stuff. Don't just migrate to any country you feel to go to. You don't know, if it's, and you start seeing fighting in people's country, you realize that you need to get out. Because the country is the most corrupt thing on earth. And you should have never even been there in the first place. So, that's what happened to me. I'm actually migrating back to my country pretty soon. So I'm just informing the community and people, abroad and here, not to come to America, especially here, because it's very corrupt with the racism and human trafficking and slavery and all kinds of things still exist in their countries. Yes. So, let the world know. And that's what I'm here to do, and inform people, right from wrong, and don't think that these places have anything for you. Might say it's the richest country in the world, but guess why? You should know why. Because they've been money laundering for centuries, stealing off of you and your people, and they don't want to give you nothing. So they say you don't need no reparations, no help, no money back from the money they've stole from you and your family, right? Because that's the whole thing was for them to steal and just have you be a nobody and live with them. And the same way they coming out and attacking you day and night when they see you because you're living in their country now. They see you there and they want what else they can dominate and take your man and take your women and rape them and steal and everything that they can get out of you. So you don't have nothing in the end. And then you're going to leave wondering why you're there, helpless, hopeless, and wanting to just, find somewhere else. So half of them have started moving back to Africa because the place is so bad and the people treating them so bad, just racism in them every time they go outside, especially in the South where they had the slavery. Racism every day they see them. As soon as they see them in the store, they torment them. As soon as they see them at anything they're going to do, I don't know how they get jobs. Right now, they cut all the jobs off. No black jobs for blacks because of the same slave problem that they have. Right? 1, 2, 3 jobs on, 1, 2, 3 it's off. Because the man ain't behaving and bad people living in the communities causing trouble. They call in police and they want them gone because, they can't even survive as people anymore because they slave-like, they slavish, and they can't do nothing for themselves anymore. So they can't even survive together with each other because the man don't want to help do nothing in the community for his own self or the community because he feels it's failed. And terrorism, they're running the place. They're doing all kinds of bad things, right? The same man they enslave, right? So you ain't got nothing to turn to, no man. Nobody wants to help you. And bad community, bad place to find yourself and people to be around. You don't want to live in, like I tell you, I was born into the Caribbean. Yeah, and it's half the Caribbean was slavery, the same thing, 3 centuries, right? We have a freedom now, it's better now, but we still on the same man and people, same type of thing going on in the peninsula, yeah, that came from the slavery. So like that, you're going to be affected in some way, sort, whether it's from man, the type of people that you're around, and like they don't want to give up this thing. They don't want to do right from wrong and fight slavery and fight white people and injustices and where slavery still exists today. Because that's the new thing we need to start doing. And we realize that these things exist. And the most high rate of slavery and enslavement of people is blacks, right? Because the white man feels that he can get whatever he wants from races that don't have the same identity as him. Because it's black. It's not white. So he don't have feelings. So therefore he can enslave. So as I was saying, yes. So you got to protect your family and people at the end of the day. Because you don't want them turning to this and that. You don't want them turning to anything anybody wants to puppet. They want to make you think you are and become and feel that you are. You protect your family and stay where it's safe. And don't bother move to America. All right, Canada, Brazil, all of them the same thing. Latin America, all of them is the same slavery and things going on. So stay home, stay safe, and stay out of trouble. And don't worry about bad countries to be in.